What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to do a discussion video on what I feel the top 10 best slash most likely seen decks will be in the September 2013 banlist season. The deck I think is going to be the most seen in my opinion for a couple of reasons. One, it's really budget. Two, it's really consistent, and three, it's just really powerful, and it's not that hard to play. You do need a level of skill to play the deck, but it's not like you have to plan 50 moves ahead. The deck I'm talking about is Blackwings, and the reason I think you don't have to think 50 moves ahead is because you're going to get a search every turn if Black Whirlwind's on the field and they're not popping it. Black Whirlwind at 3 is scary. Blackwing is very cheap, so a lot of people are going to pick up the deck. They're going to give the deck a shot. The deck is very fast, and I think it's going to do very well in the meta. I would argue to say it could be the best deck of the format. I'm not going to say that it is, but I would say it could be. 2. Chaos Dragons. Chaos Dragons fell off fairly quickly. Let's not even lie. After Mermails came out, a lot of people gave up on Chaos Dragons. Chaos Dragons is a very powerful deck. It didn't lose much to the ban list. It lost Monster, Born, Heavy, and did it lose anything else? No, it didn't. The deck didn't lose anything else. I think the deck being able to play at the ability it has to just drop the beaters. A lot of people forget Light Pulsar can get itself back from the graveyard, and it's going to be a recurring beat stick that's going to be hard to deal with. That Red MD combo with Pulsar is ridiculous, and it's fairly consistent. I would say it's arguably in the top 5 most consistent decks on the list I have up here. Maybe even the top 5? Yeah, the top 4 actually. Top 4. Not top 5, top 4. But overall, I think it's going to be a fairly cheap budget deck that a lot of people are going to pick up because it's going to be a very good deck. I think it potentially could be the best deck of the format. I know I just said that for Blackwings, but I mean it with Chaos Dragons. Like, legit, the deck is so powerful. It just keeps spamming beaters that are, to be honest, kind of hard to get rid of. You get rid of Light Pulsar, they're going to get it back with their NMD most of the time, and once that combo gets started, it's just annoying. But yeah. Next, TG Stun. Wow. TG Stun is a very applicable deck this format, for the only reason there's no heavy. There's no heavy, and it has a second striker. A lot of people are going to want to pick up the deck because, 1, it's really consistent. 2, it's really, really cheap. And 3, I mean, it's a proven deck. It has proven itself in the meta before. It's won a Nationals, it's won multiple regionals, and it's won, I think, 3 or 4 YCSs. It's a very proven deck, and I think all of that going for it, the deck will be in the top 3 in terms of the amount of play it sees. And again, not fearing heavy with the deck is just unbelievable. Some people would say, well, you lost Pot of Avarice, isn't kind of an equal trade getting back your striker? Coming from someone who plays the deck, it's not an equal trade. Having TG Striker is so much more important. Next, Mermail. I think Mermail would be in 2nd or 3rd if Dragoons didn't get hit. If Abystius had been hit for us like it was for the OCG, I think Mermail would have been undoubtedly the best deck of the format moving forward, but that's not what happened for us. We had Dragoons get hit. It just lost a hell of a lot of consistency. It's not going to be searching out Megalos. It's not going to be searching out all the Atlanteans or Deep Sea Diva. And Deep Sea Diva got hit, so the consistency of that went down. Overall, the deck is still very powerful, and it's going to be spamming rank 7s everywhere. But I don't think it's as scary as it used to be. Still a very powerful deck. And I think a lot of people are going to pick it up who put it down when Elemental Dragons picked up. But I don't think that it's going to see as much play as even TGs or Chaos Dragons or Blackwings. I think it's going to see less play than those. But I think it will be in the 4th space. Next, Fire Kings. Fire Kings are on this list because they're a really budget deck, and to be honest, Garunix is kind of broken. And all the answers for the deck just went out the window. Macrocosmos is at 1. Dimensional Fissure is at 1. The deck has nothing to be scared of. It can just move forward and just rule the game with Garunix. Because essentially, if you answer Garunix, they're going to get another Garunix, or they're going to get that Garunix back. That's just the way it works. The deck is very hard to play against, unless you play against it properly. If you bottomless it, you're in a fairly good position because it's going to be out. But bottomless is at 1. The answers for the deck are gone. That's why I think the deck will at least be the 5th most played deck / best deck of the format. Next, Agents. I feel Agents having 3 Earth is unbelievable. The consistency of the deck just went up. The first turn Earth into Venus play it's going to happen a lot, guys. And the reason I think this deck is going to see a lot of play is because it can go in so many directions. You could play TG Agents, Chaos Agents, Trooper Agents. You can play all of those. So I think the diversity that the deck could go into is going to make the deck very widely played. And I think it's going to be in that top 6 spot for the amount of play, just because it's budget, it's consistent, it's fast, and Hyperion is broken. No, Hyperion's not the problem with the deck, it is Earth, and the problem was on the ban list for a while, but the deck is fine now. Next, Inzektors. I've been told so many times on Facebook in the last half hour, this deck is not going to see any play. This deck is not going to see any play. Sorry guys, gotta make sure I don't time out. But yeah, I've been told the deck's not going to see any play. Why wouldn't the deck see any play? Macrocosmos is gone. Dimensional Fissure doesn't even hurt it. I mean, Bottomless doesn't hit Dragonfly, so you can, like, freaking Hornet the Bottomless, Special the Centipede, Hornet anything else they have, and just gain massive advantage quickly. It's able to deal with Blackwings very well. I'd have to say, coming from my point of view, TGs don't like playing against it. It's able to take away the advantage from Mermail after they get it. And Chaos Dragons, well, yeah, I'd say Chaos Dragons would probably beat Inzektors pretty good, but it has pretty good matchups across the board, so I think Inzektors, being the budget deck that they are, and as good as they are with no threat anymore, kind of like Fire Kings, are going to see a lot of play. Next, Constelors. They didn't touch a thing. Constelors are still what they were. Constelors won I think it won a couple nationals, and I know it definitely topped at least 2 ICSs, and I think it at least won 1 YCS. The deck didn't get touched. I see no reason why the deck wouldn't see a lot of play. The people who've been playing Constelors, I think they're going to keep playing Constelors, and I think there's going to be a lot more draw towards Constelors because maybe their deck was like destroyed by the ban list. I know Macro Rabbit players need a new deck. If they were playing Macro Rabbit, because that deck's dead. But yeah, I feel Constelors are going to be a fairly cheap, really good option for the next format, and I think it's going to see a lot of play. Now we're getting into the decks that, they're going to see play, but they're like the 8th spot is where I think like the cutoff is for a lot of play. Spellbooks. Spellbooks are still a very good deck. Do I think they're going to be broken? No. They still have Fate, they still have Power, but they're going to be what they used to be. They're not going to be nearly as good as what they were. I played against Spellbooks and played Spellbooks myself. before Judgment came out, and it wasn't as good. It wasn't even on. It wasn't in the same league as what the Judgment build was. So overall, I think the deck has potential, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. Next, Evilswarm. Ooh. A lot of people are going to ask, why do I have Evilswarm so low on this list? The reason is, they just had a lot of cards hit. They were probably playing 2 Bottomless. They were probably playing maybe 2 Torrential, maybe. I know for a fact they were playing 2 Rabbit, and that got hit. Their vanillas aren't going to be as good as they once were with Rabbit. They're going to have to rely on Castor a lot more now, and I think they're going to be drawing into a lot of dead hands, to be honest. I think they might have to start playing 2 or 3 Infections to subsidize for that. But I think these are going to be the deck. Oh, no. This deck is going to see more play than the Evilswarm build. Yeah, Dragon Ruler plants. Those are going to see a lot of play too. I don't know where I'd put them. They're a good deck. I think I'd put them above Mermail, actually. I think they're going to see that much play, at least in the beginning of the format, because who wants to drop Dragon Ruler, really? So, thank you guys for watching. Comment on the video. Tell me what you guys think are going to be the most played decks in this next format. Tell me if you outright think I'm wrong on any of these. I'm kind of feeling that way with Evilswarm now. But like this video if you like it, and check out my channel, and if you like it, subscribe. I try to upload videos about every week, at least. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright? Bye.